Let's chat about commodities now, where we have seen some gains now come back in case of the gold prices, which is holding around that 1590 mark into the international markets there. The Indian markets, of course, have seen a bit of a gain come back as well because of the rupee depreciation coming in there. But if you look at the industrial commodities, you have seen constant declines at least coming in for that space, especially in case of crude, where we did see prices gain up in the New York markets yesterday. But then again, ahead of the Cyprus vote on the bailout and, of course, ahead of the US inventory on a weekly basis, we have seen some pressure building up in that space yet again. Same is the case with the base metal prices as well. Copper prices are trading at around 4-month lows. Ditto is the case with zinc as well. And we have seen COMEX and Shanghai metals also continue to decline. That's a fresh 0.25% decline coming in, especially in case of the LME copper. Let's get in then Ravindra Rao. He's Associate VP Commodity Research, Motilal Oswal, and he joins us live on the show. Ravindra, hi, welcome. Let's start with gold first. And we have seen some amount of consolidation coming in yet again. 1600 is holding. But are you looking at gains much further from here?
Good afternoon, Manisha. Yeah, I feel on COMEX we might see gold moving up till $1612 again, which is a resistance, and if that breaks, it might go to hit 1620, which was the high hit on February 26th. On MCX also, the rupee depreciation is supporting the prices, and technically also the prices might bounce back till 29,700 to 29,750. So yes, there is a possibility of a bounce back, but the overall trend in gold still remains bearish until 1620 holds on the upside in COMEX. So for the day, I would recommend a buy in dip towards 29,540 levels. The strict stop loss of 29,450, and on the upside we can take a target of around 29,700.
Ravindra, would you say that much of the gains that we have seen coming in for the Indian commodities today is because of the rupee depreciation? We did see the rupee appreciate when the markets opened. 53.90 is the level that we saw, but it's holding around 54.30 back in yet again. So is that how the calculations are happening for us today?
Yes, that's right, because when rupee was trading at around 54.10, 54.15 on MCX, gold prices were trading at around 29,520, and now the rupee has spiked up. The March contract is trading at around 54.45, and in MCX we have seen an up move of almost 100 rupees from 29,520. So that is an important factor today, and also the COMEX prices, I'm expecting in the evening session it might again move up towards 1612 levels, so that again will support the prices. So it would have a double impact, and M6 prices might gain upwards in the evening session.
Ravindra, also what's your sense coming in for the silver prices now? Yet again a slight decline coming in for the international markets, but India has seen gains coming in.
Again, the rupee depreciation is supporting silver prices in the domestic front. On MCX, I'm expecting the prices might move up till 54,700. That is where it should take a resistance, and from there it should fall. The base metal, the weakness in the base metal is not allowing silver to sustain on higher levels. But still, going as per the technicals, I feel 54,700 is on cards on MCX, and from there we might see again a selling in this metal. For intraday, 54,000 is holding very firm. So I would maintain a protective stop of around 54,050 on the lower side, and a dip towards 54,250 can be bought. On the upside, we can take a target of 54,700.
Ravindra, you mentioned about the base metal prices, and this sector really has been the most hit. How much of a further decline are you expecting here? And for the intraday market, what would your strategy be?
Technically, the charts are pointing quite lower. In copper, I'm expecting the prices might even fall till 400 levels in the coming sessions. But intraday, from the intraday perspective, I think 412 is a good support in M6 copper, and we might see a bounce back, because yesterday we had seen a fall of almost 2.5 to 3% in MCX as well as in LME copper. So I think a bounce back is possible towards 417 to 418. So intraday, it would be a slight risky bet, but still I think selling here would not be advisable, because it is already down almost 3 to 3.5% from day before yesterday's high. So I would recommend buying at these levels. On the upside, we can take a target of 417 to 418, and that would be a very good level to short again in copper, and from there we can see a dip towards 408 to 405.
Ravindra, what's your sense coming in for the energy pack? On one side it's Cyprus, on the other side it's the US weekly inventories, which are expected to be bearish for the prices yet again. But how would you want to trade them today?
I think crude is approaching the resistance level. We have seen on NYMEX it is not breaching $94. On MCX, yes, it has moved up again thanks to the depreciating rupee. But I think on MCX again it is taking resistance at around 5140 levels in April contract. So I think we should go for a sell from intraday perspective, and we can take a target of around 5080 on the lower side. But yesterday's Saudi statement from Saudi minister and also the Libya clashes has taken crude slightly higher, so that should be watched for. And apart from that, I think for intraday it's a sell. On the lower side, 5080 could be used as a buying opportunity.
Bharat Kumar, director at GFM, joins in on the show. Bharat, hi, afternoon. Let's start off with your view on gold.
I think in case of gold, we have seen buying again coming into picture after the Cyprus financial crisis. So to that extent, I think the trend is still intact, even in case of COMEX gold. Of course, the medium-term trend is neutral. It's range bound between $16-20 and $15-65 on the lower side. But nevertheless, I think in case of short-term trend, the trend is slightly bullish, wherein we can expect around $16-15, and then afterwards $16-20 on the higher side. Even in case of M6 gold, I think unless it closes below 29,000 ranges, the major trend is still intact, and probably one should go for buying in dips maybe to an extent of around 29,500 ranges. It stops below 29,390 ranges. On the higher side, we are expecting market to test around 29,850 ranges in due course of time.
What about crude then? How would you advise the traders to play crude today?
In case of energies, especially crude, after yesterday's gap down opening during the Asian trade, we have seen the prices again catching up in the New York session. The major trend is still intact. Till the NYMEX crude consistently trades beyond $91.90. On the higher side, of course, the major trend may reinitiate as it consistently trades beyond $94.50. Even in case of NYMEX, I think one should hang on to the long positions with trailing stops below 5095 ranges. In case of April crude, on the higher side, we are expecting around 5160 ranges. For the medium trend to re-establish, I think it should consistently trade beyond 5160 ranges.